A trip to the NCAA playoffs is on the mind of Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky players today as they meet for the Sunbelt Conference Finals. Coming up next from ESPN+. Welcome you to Alumni Memorial Jam here on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. As in its 30th year, the Sunbelt Conference will crown the 2005 volleyball champions. How do these two teams make it here to the finals? Let's take a look. Western Kentucky, the #1 seed, and two 3-0 matches, defeating Troy along with the University of Arkansas Little Rock. And Middle Tennessee also had 3-0 as they went over Arkansas State and Denver in the semifinals as Middle Tennessee makes the finals for their very first time. Hi, everybody. Sam Smith along with a former volleyball and basketball player from San Diego State University, Tammy Blackburn, joining us for the championship. I don't guess we could have written a better story in #1 against #2 as we have here today.
Well, you got it. And #1 and #2 are very scrappy teams. What can you expect to see from these two teams today? A lot of hustle. There's a lot of digs. Both of these teams know what's on the line. An automatic berth to the NCAA. Middle Tennessee has played. This is the third time these two teams have met in just the last 2 months. Middle Tennessee's only picked up one game, so they're going to have to get it done here today against a very good Western Kentucky team.
Did I hear you say the word dig? I think I did. And, of course, Lemuhu is a young lady who plays for Middle Tennessee, and I don't think she has found a shot she doesn't say she can't dig.
And that's what she told us last night after a very, very tough match. What an all-around wonderful player. She's got a lot of good spirit. She truly is the engine for this Middle Tennessee University team. She's going to have her hands full today with the very balanced scoring attack for Western Kentucky University. They're going to give her a ton of trouble. Now on the other side of the court, you're going to see the senior leader in Karen Bloch. What an outstanding player she is as the Sunbelt Player of the Year. She garnered that honor the other night, Thursday night. Coach telling us that she's going to have to get it done here today. She's going to go against a very good defensive team. Look for her to play extremely smart offensively.
You know, Tammy, the hardware is very important, but the winner today will be called the champions and a trip to the NCAA. How important for Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky? We'll find out coming up next. Well, that Wilson ball will indicate that it's volleyball time for the 30th year in the Sunbelt Conference as they celebrate their 30th anniversary. There'll be a new champion named as New Mexico State won last year. They've gone on to the WAC. Now Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky will be battling for it today. But first, let's honor American with playing of our national anthem. These two schools are separated by only 125 miles on either side of Nashville. And, of course, they're ready to battle for, as Tammy pointed out, about the 4th time they've had to play. And, of course, it'll be a very important match here tonight. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee.
Setter, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Andressa Lita, outside hitter, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Ashley Asbury, middle blocker, Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Quantrell Scott, middle blocker, outside hitter, Bakersfield, California.
Ashley Adams, opposite hitter, Wildwood, Missouri.
Victoria Monasterolo, outside hitter from Córdoba, Argentina.
Alicia Faleau, libero, Long Beach, California.
So that's the starting lineup, first of all, with Matt Peck in his 2nd year. He's had a great run. Of course, a national title at Northern Alabama, Wayne State. And, of course, he gets ready for another very important first time in the finals here in the Sunbelt for Middle Tennessee. Western Kentucky. Let's check out their starters for today's final.
Allie Christian, outside hitter, Louisville, Kentucky.
Jesse Wagner, outside hitter, Franklin, Indiana.
Megan Argybright, middle blocker, Louisville, Kentucky.
Jenna Gideon, middle hitter, West Lafayette, Indiana.
Crystal Towler, right side hitter, Sussex, Wisconsin.
Karen Bloch, setter, Franklin, Indiana. Ashley Degnan, libero, Louisville, Kentucky.
And they're coached by this man, Travis Hudson, in his 11th year. He's already had 9 winning seasons, including 6 times with 20 or more wins, and twice going over 30, where they stand right now at 30-2. You saw him in the lobby of the hotel. You said he was a little nervous today.
He did. He said, I said, Coach Hudson, how you feeling this morning? Did you get a good night's rest? And he said, no, and I'm really nervous. And I said, well, coaches are supposed to be. He goes, well, my players are thinking about all the things they need to be, and I'm thinking about all the things that can go wrong. But with this Western Kentucky University team, very talented, he doesn't have much to worry about, except he's got a battle on his hands.
You know, they are very nice to kind of accommodate all the things we wanted to do, and here's the history between these two. They, of course, lead 30-5 all time. Matter of fact, the last time that Middle Tennessee won, you have to go all the way back to the 2000 season. It's the last time they won. It's their first appearance to the Raiders in the finals. And it'll be Middle Tennessee serving first, and that'll be Lyra. They try to dump it inside and played well. Set to the near side, and there's Tarola making a nice kill, and she's a young lady with a lot of hops.
Oh, she's got big hops. We saw that last night in a very tough match against Denver University. But this is a kid that could be the spark plug from the outside. I think you're going to see a lot of good connection with the setters and the outside hitters from both teams. We're going to try to develop those stories as they continually happen in today's match.
Well, Lyra serves the ace. And, of course, a young lady that is well-renowned with a serve from that back line. And you'll see the jump serve as she really hammers it over the net. So it's 2-0 on the rally scoring for Middle Tennessee. Big deep. Set up. Oh, it'll be out. That's touched by Middle. Point going to Western.
Excellent tone right out of the gates. You can see that both teams extremely fired up for this match. They know again what's at stake. They both want an automatic berth. Middle Tennessee is 1995, the last time they went to the big dance. They are hungry and they are young.
And you see the roof that's knocked down here. It's Monticello again, and it's touched by Western out, and it'll be another point for Middle Tennessee. And well, they really wanted to get off to a good start, and so far so good for them.
Oh, I think that Middle Tennessee is setting the tone here in this first game, and you can see the big backswing of Monticello from Middle Tennessee University. Western Kentucky might have a hard time adjusting to that because she's able to make some adjustments in the air and have better placement on her attacks.
Lima O'O getting a nice serve that kind of dipped in before they could dig it, and another point for 1 Middle. Set up on the front line by Botch. And a nice hammer over the net, and a good job indeed by Gina Gideon. Gideon, one of the top kills people. She has 40% of her kills, some 326 so far this year.
She's got a bright future. Jenna Gideon, Coach Hudson saying, there's no other player on this squad that I am more proud of than Jenna Gideon. She only had 34 kills last year. Coming into this season right now, already 326, a vast improvement for the sophomore.
Ashley Degnan serving it long. Another point for Middle, 5-2 score. Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky. Western actually wrapped up another one of their Eastern Division championships the last time they were here. And you see the fine ups on the inside, and that again is Quanchell Scott. Young lady that hails from Bakersfield, California. She dumps it in underneath, and it's going to be a 6-2 lead by Middle. Wow, what a start.
And watch this serve right now by number 1 here on the right-hand side of your screen. It's called the jump float serve. It's a very difficult serve. Megan Carter from Middle Tennessee University has mastered that serve. Although Western Kentucky doing a good job of receiving that serve. The jump float serve oftentimes used as a weapon and a tool of offense where the ball is actually like a knuckleball floating over the net and then drops suddenly. So you're going to see that develop throughout the match.
You saw the great set that time put up by the Player of the Year, Bosch. And, of course, got it right to Wagner, and this time Middle can't handle the serve, and the point now starts to tighten up. 6-4 Middle Tennessee. On the serve is Hoffmeyer, and Coach Hudson was indicating that so she plays, so plays this team.
Yeah, Coach Hudson was extremely complimentary of her. He said, the player that I like when Kelly Hoffmeyer is in, that's the play that I need. And she knows what her team needs from her, and she plays up to that very well.
Scott with another kill, tipped out of bounds by Western Kentucky. And ready to serve now is Vicky Monticello. Young lady who hails from Argentina. Plays with a lot of emotion. With a cross court, it'll be out. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of balance in that front line for Western as that time Argerbright, who is the freshman of the year, just misses on the left side.
You've got CT number 20 for Western Kentucky on the right and the left. You've got Megan Argerbright that can play both in the middle and the right side. You've got a lot of power. And then, of course, Karen Bloch, the setter, who oftentimes will go for the kill with her sets.
Point for Western Kentucky. Makes it a tighter game at 8-5 now, and getting ready to serve for Western. You can see Karen Bloch. Bloch, a transfer from the University of Texas. Set to the near side. Lyra trying for the block on the far side is Toller, and it's a point for Middle Tennessee. Boy, they're attacking the net well.
They're attacking the net, but more importantly, they're playing above the net. Here you see a nice replay. The block assist out of bounds. Unfortunate for Western Kentucky, but credit Lyra with a big kill.
And another one out. Cross court trying to go is Toller, and it's out for a 9-5 lead for Middle.
This is the tone that head coach Matt Peck, as we see right there, wanted to set for Middle Tennessee University. Again, this is the third time these two teams have met this year. Middle Tennessee only picking up one game, not a match, one game.
Toller trying to dump it in with a little dink. Lyra, strong hit, saved. Another good shot, this time by Bush, and she puts it away for the kill. And that's one thing Coach Hudson also indicated. He's got to keep her offensive minded.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to continue to be offensive minded the entire game because that is their attack. They are a great pass, set, and attacking team, both in the middle and on the outside corners. And you've got to go at this point in time in the season what's brought you to the championship match all along.
Julian No with a serve. A kill right off the middle, and another great shot. And it comes up this time to Ashley Asbury. She's just a freshman from right here in Murfreesboro. Boy, did she have a great quarterfinal match or what to really get them rolling here. They're trying for the kill, set up by Bush, and the kill indeed.
And Western Kentucky making a little run here on Middle Tennessee University, taking a little bit of time for them to get started, but now you start to see that 1-2 punch. There's the set and there's the kill. That's the 1-2 punch that head coach Hudson has relied upon so much this season and works so well. Great senior leaders and good communication.
No will serve after they put away by Gideon, a lady from West Lafayette, Indiana. And the side out on the miss that time by No. It's 11-8 as Middle Tennessee listed as the visitors in today's game, even despite the fact they're on their home floor.
And they don't care about the seedings. They just want to take advantage of this home court advantage, as they like to call it. They played the last 4 matches of the regular season here at home, and they believe that they have the momentum going into this tournament, being at home.
Both teams trying to dink it inside the defense. And a double hit by Western gives the point. And it'll go to Middle Tennessee. And they'll serve it here, and getting back for their serve, it's going to be Megan Summerall. She, of course, is their setter, and a darn good one at that. Also with 1,467 assists and 248 digs. She's an excellent backline player as well. Lyra trying to block in the hard shot. That time by Toller, out, and it's a point for Western.
Again, a great set in the back set to CT, number 20. Crystal Toller, a girl they like to call CT. They got a lot of nicknames on this Western Kentucky University squad.
Ashby with a good dig. There's the freshman trying to put it down on that side is going to be Adams. And again, a point to Middle Tennessee again. Western Kentucky falling behind. They've been behind many times, 13-9. They're having a claw from back right now.
It's a very experienced team, though. Coach Hudson talked about him being a little nervous. He's worried about what can happen. He hasn't been to the NCAA tournament. He says, we want to get back. We know what can happen. We don't want to get too excited early on. We just got to go out there and take care of business. And I tell you, this is a coach that is extremely complimentary of the other coaches and the talent in this very talented Sunbelt conference. He says there's no such thing as an easy match in this conference.
Couple of serving errors, one by Lyra on the foot fault for Middle. Now this one just missing on the outside, as that time it was Christian trying to put in. Back to Middle Tennessee. Trying to get a diving serve in. There's Bosch setting it up. It'll be saved on that back line by Lyra. And a quick stuff away that time. Oh my, can she play? This young lady, Montestarolo. And it's going to be tipped, and a timeout is called by Western Kentucky. 15-10, Middle Tennessee doing exactly what they wanted to do. And they're playing with emotion here.
Oh, they are. But, you know, the most important thing is that they are clicking on all cylinders, and that's what you need from a very young team. We have to remember that this is a team that only has one senior in Middle Tennessee, and she doesn't play a whole lot. Now, they're going to go to a lot of young talent, a lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores. They happen to be clicking on all cylinders. They get along. They're extremely pumped up for being in this game. They want to get back to the big dance. They talked about it before this game. They've talked about it last game, and it's working early on.
You see a good dig to set that up by Lyra, and a nice set by Summerall, and this is putting it away. Boy, she gets up and really nails that one.
Oh, yeah, but a very agile back row from Middle Tennessee. You're going to see a lot of smooth moves, a lot of digs. Of course, we talked about how much Lama'u'u in the back row there is really the engine of the team, but you've got Lyra back there, so you've got some height.
You know, that wasn't a nice stand for Lyra. She's 6'1", and the junior, again coming from Brazil, came into the game with 338 digs.
Check these numbers out. That's right, 554 digs. She was the fastest player in the history of Middle Tennessee University to reach the 1,000 dig mark. She is only a sophomore, and she did that at the beginning of the season.
Western Kentucky, after playing that off the inline, Hodge tries to just dump it in, set up again. Monasterola, good save, back deep. That time by Degnan, and it's going to be a point to Western. Interference on the net, I believe, by Middle.
Take a look at the net. There's been a lot of action here at the net. Yep, and a great call by the officials. Violation on Scott.
Western Kentucky feeling this one. That's Dagna setting up. Bosch trying to set it to the far side. There's another good dig. Amu makes it. Little dink that time by Monasterola. Save again by Lyra. And an excellent block on the far side, and a nice one indeed by Gideon.
How about the two southpaws? One for Western Kentucky and number 15, Jay Wu. They call her Whizzle Dizzle. And then the other side of the court, you've got Ashley Adams, the southpaw, attacking at the net, and a big block for Western Kentucky.
By the way, I call that to Gideon. Wagner actually was the one that got most of that block. Monasterola again cannot get it down as they really set her up well on this right side. You know, another player we have not seen as they try to get it to her. As you take a look at this block on that far side, another nice one is Scott. She really hits it well going away from the net on the far side, which will be the right side of the formation.
But the one thing that Scott creates for herself is a lot of options. She has such high hops that she has a little bit of hang time, and when you have hang time in the air, you can actually read the defense, adjust, and you can actually place the ball a little bit better. She's a great one for shooting the gaps.
Freshman of the year, Agabright puts it away for Western. They crawled into a three-point game. There's another block. And I tell you what, Wagner and company are really rising to the occasion with the blocks in the front line.
Gideon, Agabright, and Wagner all coming up big. There you see the junior. Oh, look at this celebration. Who said that these teams weren't pumped up?
Middle Tennessee has taken a timeout. They just want to try to quieten this down as they had a pretty sizable lead, particularly playing against Western Kentucky. They lead by 2 right now. By the way, the rally scoring would go to 30, but you've got to win by 2. If we indeed do not have a winner after 3, we'll go to game 4. If we don't have there, it goes to the 5th game, and they get 15, but you still have to win by 2 on the rally scoring.
And that game 5 is definitely a sprint to the finish. Let's take a look at the conference leaders. Megan Agabright, Western Kentucky. Look at all the Western Kentucky names you see in there in the hitting percentage. Big numbers for them. And talked about that well-balanced scoring attack. And for Karen Blotch, who is the setter at Western Kentucky, ranking 5th on that chart, she's the setter. It's nice for her to have a lot of options.
That's true. Davidova also from Arkansas Little Rock. A good game last night in the semifinals. Her team not able to advance as Western Kentucky got by them into the final game. There's a good look at the player of the year, Karen Blotch.
And a senior leader that Coach Hutchins says there's not a whole lot of sets that other setters out there in the nation can make. He doesn't have to do a whole lot of coaching from the sideline to Karen Blotch. She's real independent.
There's that move I was talking about, Scott. She's going to the outside actually with her back to the court and really hits it down the line, and it's blocked out of bounds by Western. Scott, a young lady from Bakersfield, California, came in with 239 kills, 31% on her kill ratio. Good save by Scott. Watching the far side and unable to get it down. And they'll miss that one.
And a tough get by the setter, number 1 for Western Kentucky, Karen Blotch, having to back up quickly to get that ball set all the way cross court to the left-handed hitter, Jessica Wagner.
Megan Carter with 43 aces already this year will serve for Middle. Block did not set it up where she needed to that time. Good dump in. Agabright, and again cannot handle a tough one that time by CT, and it's another Middle Tennessee point. 19-14, they lead by 5.
What you're seeing right now is a lot of options for Middle Tennessee. They're getting the pass, they're getting the balls. We take a quick look here at kills, almost even for both teams. But back to that point about good passing from Middle Tennessee University sets up great sets that offer more options to outside hitters and obviously the middle hitters.
You saw the importance of being able to get to a dig, and there's another one. Oh, this Samoan young lady from Long Beach is really playing well, but they can't get it finished off. Montestorolo again gets packed on the near side with a roof. And a point goes back to Western. They trail by 4.
And Alicia Lama'u'u averaging 5 digs per game. Played her high school ball at Long Beach Poly, really a great powerhouse school there out in Long Beach, California.
There's Scott. Oh, I love that move. Boy, I mean, when she gets up and hits it cross court like that, it is tough to handle.
Yeah, that's a tough move. A lot of times you'll see the players, or excuse me, you'll hear the players actually calling out that play they call C, 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 and that means it's sort of a little back wraparound coming from the middle, wrapping around like the shape of a C to the outside, and then they are able to hit that cross court pass extremely hard.
They set it up for Lyra. Blocked at the net, but saved by Dagnan. There's a little dump in inside. Another one of the good jobs at the net that time by Scott. Dumped in by Middle. Sets it up near side, and there is Agabright, excuse me, is a young lady from Louisville, Kentucky, Sacred Height Academy. And boy, they got a powerhouse high school program over there.
And just as we saw that C play for Middle Tennessee, there's a good look at another C play for Western Kentucky University.
No, that was the A-B play. Agabright.
Well, A equals B, B equals C, then A must equal C, right?
There's Scott again. This may be the Agabright-Scott warfare here.
A lot of weapons on the floor for both teams. Exciting. We saw great semifinal matches last night with both of these teams playing Arkansas Little Rock and Denver University. Tough fought battles. These kids were getting down and dirty and getting after it.
Set up on a dink. Good save by Scott. Summerell will dump it in. And a great block that time by Ashbury, the freshman from right here in Murfreesboro. And a point to Middle Tennessee again, 22-16 lead.
It's a big hit. Christian, number 10 for Western Kentucky, had an opportunity to pick up the scrappiness, or excuse me, the trash from that block, and she just opted to let that go, and the ball landed in bounds, and these fans love that.
Teams are allowed 2 timeouts per game. And, of course, Western Kentucky is now taking their second as they have to talk things over down here by 6 points.
A lot of back row action for Middle Tennessee. Check out the great save. Montestorolo getting down on the floor and then getting back in the action. And there's Scott going back. I tell you, that back row is so critical to keep that ball into play. But more importantly, how difficult is it to set your setters up? What you don't want in volleyball is for your setters to have to run around the court and chase the ball down. You've got to put that ball in the front row.
Well, there's the dig number right now we expect in Middle Tennessee. With all the back line, as Tammy's pointing out, to be very good. But maybe not quite this good over Western Kentucky, but they've got a nice little lead so far in the digs as they've really played defensively well. And I thought it was interesting, Matt Peck says we need that defense to set up our offense very well.
Oh, yeah, definitely defense stirs up offense. I think that's a sign of good sports, and that happens a lot, especially in basketball. You know, offense gets started, and it all is sparked by defense runs.
Number 5, Teresa Slowick comes into the game for the first time for Middle. Agabright, excuse me, we blocked by Lyra. Young lady has had quite a run here. A junior, 6'1", out of Brazil. Comes up with another block on that front line and sets it up with another point, 23-16 Middle.
At the Sunbelt Conference banquet, Lyra earning first team Sunbelt Conference 2005 honors.
Agabright hits it long, Middle with another point. Scott to serve here. Kind of takes a nosedive when he gets back to the back line. A good try for a save by Slovic, but it's going to be dumped in and again hammered for the victory there, and makes it now 24-16 28-17 game.
We've seen a very exciting physical game. We've seen a lot of digs, a lot of battling, and several jousts at the net. But how about the little psyche going on at the net with the players? A little trash talking going on. Doesn't hurt the sport, doesn't hurt the sportsmanship. They're just excited to play, and you got to love that. I just saw CT talking to Scott in the front row. An extreme mental battle going on between these teams.
Dumped in by Christian, but wide. And Middle Tennessee will get the ball back. Rally scoring gives them a 25-17 lead. This would be a great way for Middle to start, a disappointing way for Western to start the first game of this finals. Good save on the back line that time by Huffmeyer. Good roof by Lyra. And under the net it comes. Another point for Middle Tennessee. Front line of Middle is playing inspired.
And how many times did we see the block assist last night in Middle Tennessee's match with Asbury, Lyra, Adams going up and picking up the block assist? Sometimes they celebrate a little too early. They're going to have to be careful. This young team, they get pumped up too quick.
Set near side to CJ, or CT, excuse me. There's Lyra. Good. Big in the back line by Degnan, but a double hit and a point will go to Western. No, it goes to Middle, excuse me. 27-17. Wow, a 10-point lead, 3 away from winning the first game. Huffmeyer setting it up. Off the block, out. Western wins the point.
Western Kentucky only, they were undefeated in league play and really only lost one game the entire season. That was to Middle Tennessee University. So Middle Tennessee is on a mission to try to pick up this win.
There's blocked in the near side and just over and out as Ashley Adams, the freshman from Wildwood, Missouri. And Marquette High School blocks it out, and it's going to belong to Western Kentucky. And still serving is Christian. Lyra cross court. Degnan dumps it in. Good set by Summerall, and Lyra again, and she has it on the sideline, but out. Well, you can just see the confidence of Middle Tennessee, but Western with their poise starting to battle back again.
That's the maturity of Western Kentucky University, and that's the thing that youth is going to get. You're going to have to really step up. When you're up, there is no such thing as a comfortable lead, so it's going to be important for Middle Tennessee University to close the deal here in game 1.
That time Toller can't help on the block. Also in there was Gideon, and another point for Middle. They are now 2 away from winning this first game, as there was a concerned coach for Western Kentucky. Todd Hudson, good deep, dumping it inside. That's a very smart play by Wagner, knowing how well Middle Tennessee has been able to block so many times at the net.
And thanks to these numbers, the Toppers 14-0 in the Sunbelt play, only losing 1 game to Middle Tennessee University. Middle Tennessee trying to make it 2, and with points like that, they are at game point.
Monasterola with another kill. 29-21. The Blue Raider fans on their feet for what they hope will be the game winner. We play the best of 3 for the finals. Watt sets it up. Cross court. Scott, game! Middle Tennessee takes a 1-0 advantage. What a game by the Blue Raiders. Western has to really regroup as they swap benches. And Middle Tennessee, are they doing what they need to do on the home floor? Right now, Tammy, it looks like they're doing everything. They're blocking at the net. They're making great kills, and the digs on the inline are perfect. Despite the wave here by Western Kentucky, Middle has won the first game.